Hello, you are highly welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is AMARAGLOW and it's so good to have you here. So today I'm talking about something that is dear to me. The experience is one of those experiences that you don't actually have to learn from. You know, some people say it's good to learn from experience, but I believe there are some things that you don't have to experience, that you can even learn from other people's experiences. So I experienced this particular bad thing and I don't want you to experience it. So I'm here to share it with you. Maybe you can learn a thing or two from my own experience and prevent such bad, annoying incident from happening to you. As excited as I am to making this video, I feel like I need to be solemn because the story I'm about to share is a painful one. Maybe not truly painful to everybody, but it was very painful to me. My phone was stolen on the morning of my birthday in a taxi on my way to work. I didn't even have the opportunity to receive birthday messages or anything because this happened around 6:45 a.m. in the morning. So when this happened, it was a major wake-up call to phone theft prevention, and that has led me to make this video. This video should have come up a long time ago, but then I'm finally making it today. I'll be sharing my experience and providing you with tips that can help to avoid phone theft, because phone theft it's not a good thing and I do not wish it for anybody. You know, in this time and era, this is 2023 and we know how valuable our phones are. For most of us, our phones are our offices. We do our major works on our phone. Let me use myself as an example. My phone is my office, it's my calendar, my alarm, everything that I need to do. Most of my work, personal work, in fact it's like a personal assistant to me. That's how important my phone is to me. I'm making this video with my phone, I'm going to edit with my phone, I'm even writing books with my phone, I attend online classes with my phone. What do I not do with this phone? So I understand how important a phone is and the kind of information, apart from the things that our phones can do for us, we normally have valuable information stored in the phones. We have pictures, we have videos, we have contacts, we have a lot of things that when you lose your phone unexpectedly, it can almost feel like starting the world afresh. Something as simple as getting to a certain level in a game, yes, in a game, and then you lose it, and when you get to the phone, you have to start afresh. I know talking about a game might make it's just to lighten the situation, but phone theft is really painful, and we know that these days to get a good phone is not small money. To get a good phone that can give you good camera quality, that can give you a good battery, that can give you 5G network connection or even 4G, that can give you good storage. To get phones like that, it is not cheap by any means. So that is why I go again to say that phone theft, I do not wish it on anybody. So yes, let's jump into the story. So it was my birthday morning and I woke up. You know, I wasn't really feeling very excited about that particular birthday. You know, this thing they call birthday blues. It was my 27th birthday, by the way. You know, those feelings of anyhow, devil and his cohorts, we want to make you to have reasons to feel sad, to feel unaccomplished, to feel like you don't really deserve what's happening with your life, to feel like you are far behind where you should have been, all those nonsense thoughts that we should just sweep away with broom. So yes, of course, when I woke up, I decided to, there's something called a gratitude list. When I start feeling that way, I make a gratitude list. It's just like counting your blessings. By the time you start counting your blessings, I said counting my blessings. I've done this. By the time you start listing all the blessings that you've done, you see that it's just like checking your track record. You see that you've actually done so much that you're not giving yourself credit for. So by that morning, when I woke up, had my devotion and all, thought about a lot of things that happened over the past year, I noticed that yes, I might not have gotten all those things or gotten to where I would have wanted to be, but I had certainly made some moves. I had certainly taken some steps. Every little tiny step mattered. So back to the story of the phone theft. You know, I think I only received one call because I was on my way to work when this happened. I'd received a call earlier on from my husband. He called me early in the morning to wish me happy birthday before the theft happened. So I put the phone back in my bag. I was carrying these small bags that we do carry. It didn't have a zip, but you can flip it over. I don't have the bag anymore. I could have shown it. The bag became traumatic for me, so I left it somewhere. I gave it out. So I put the phone in my bag and I was waiting for a taxi. Now taxis in the city where I live and work in, they carry 2 people in front. Now on a normal day, I wouldn't even want to sit in the front because I like to be comfortable. Because when you sit in front, that means 2 people sitting on 1 passenger seat. But I just get to work early because when I get to work earlier than usual, I have some me time for myself to do some other things that I want to do for myself before I get into work. So in that rush, I wouldn't call it rush because I could have actually waited and gotten into another taxi, but for some reason the taxi stopped and the back was full. There was 1 person in front, and then I joined the seats in front. I joined the person in front. The person just moved and I entered, sat, and I closed the door. Kai, thinking about this thing now is really painful. You know things that happen, and looking back at it, you're angry at yourself. That was my situation. So when I got into the taxi, I closed the door. Remember, I was hanging my bag at this side. I closed the door, but the door wouldn't close. I tried closing it again. I was telling the driver, this door is not closing. And then he said something like, try closing it from outside, just saying things that didn't make sense. So as we were still talking about the closing door or not closing door, what I did not know was that at the point I was focusing my attention on closing the door, the person beside me or the driver, whichever of them, but I know they must have been in it together because my phone definitely did not fall out of my bag. It was taken out of my bag. As I was trying to handle the door, the theft happened. They opened my bag and they took the phone, and I was not aware of it. So we went for a little while, and then the driver suddenly said he was not going to take that route again, that everybody was going to come down. Something happened with his car, just all these nonsense stories. And then I came down. And immediately I came down, the car zoomed off. I know, right? The car zoomed off. And as then, I didn't even realize that my phone was off. Everything happened so fast. It was like in split seconds. As the taxi zoomed off, I was still trying to. That was when, this kind of thing is like your brain was suspended or something. Somehow I just got that feeling, and I checked my bag, and my phone was not there. My phone was not there. I was not thinking, but I was not holding it on my hands. I did not put it, I was not holding it on my hands. My bag was not opened. I would say it fell out. So how could this have happened? I'm very sure I put it into the bag because I remember vividly answering the call and putting the phone back in the bag. To school, I got to school, I used my colleagues' phones to call the number. It was really nobody was picking. I called my husband with my colleague's phone. They started calling the number. The person wasn't picking. My boss didn't send messages. No response. The next thing, the phone was turned off, and that was how it dawned on me that my phone was gone. And it was very painful to me. It might not be painful to some people, but it was very painful to me because I had a lot of things in that phone. I had videos that that's why the plan. I had videos that I should have posted before now. Unedited ones, edited ones. I had pictures. I had course materials. I had the Canva designs. It was just a whole. It was just a whole mess. It was just a whole mess. So the whole of that day was a bad day for me. It was a sad birthday. People around me tried to lift my spirits, but the spirit didn't want to be lifted. It was so bad. I only felt better when I just went to a corner and I shed a little tears. Anyway, about this tears thing, I know it's not like this for everyone, but for me, tears, like crying and bringing out tears, is therapeutic for me. Sometimes I get overwhelmed with things, and it's when I cry. I'm just, not that people know that I'm crying, and I just cry. I just feel like I've let it out, and then I feel better. Then I have conversations with myself, and I talk to myself. This thing you're crying about, and what's the situation forward? I have all those conversations with myself. So I did that day, and I felt better. I started thinking of the way forward. So I got to the bank. My accounts were still intact. I got them to change the numbers and inform them of the thefts that happened, just in case. These things were just safety precautions that I wanted to do. Then I got started on retrieving the number, looking the old one and retrieving the number, which was a whole lot of stress that I did not have to go through. So it was very sad. Throughout my birthday, I know a lot of people were trying to reach me, a lot of people were trying to send me messages, and it was just a very bad and sad situation. So the following days after that, I got a small phone to be a small button phone and a new SIM card. Because retrieving my line was a big issue for me because my SIM card was a very old SIM card. I started using it from secondary school. I think that was around 2013 or so. That was when I started using my phone. That was when I started using my number. And the number was registered by my dad. So when I went to do the SIM, the welcome back for the SIM, I was told it was not my SIM, that my dad's passport was on it, and his name was on it, and all that. So, and he was not in the same state. I was in the west, he was in the east. So I just had to get another SIM card to be using for the meantime before when I traveled. He did the welcome back, and we now did the change of name stuff. And let me mention that this theft happened few weeks to my wedding. My phone was stolen on the 28th of February. My wedding was April 11th. So you can imagine the emotional pain this thing gave me. Like, it was the wrongest time, the wrongest of the wrongest times. And anyway, at the point I stopped blaming myself. I started looking for what was the way forward. I started using a laptop for most basic things. I shall survive 2 weeks without a phone, and I did not die. It was a really devastating experience for me, and it made me realize how easily we can become targets for these phone thieves, for these people that have no heart. So yes, let's turn this my painful experience into a learning experience for everyone. Safety tips to avoid phone thefts, unless it's at gunpoint, which I don't wish for anyone. But the one that we can avoid, let us avoid it. Like Pastor Anita once said, make things difficult for a thief. Make things difficult for a thief. If, for example, there's a window in front of me, I live downstairs, there's a window in front of me, I can decide to sleep and put my phone near the window. In my mind, after all, there's fence, there's gates, nobody can enter. But if for any reason security is breached and somehow someone tears the net and puts hand and collects the phone, I'll now start saying, shall would have brought it inside, shall would have kept it on the bed or somewhere. So why not just keep the phone, avoid the window side, like make things difficult for the thief. That's just what I'm trying to say. Let's do the best that we can do on our own end, so that when we lose valuable things like that, it becomes, maybe it happened because the situations were beyond our control. But as much as it is within our control, let's try to take precautions. Because that money that I used to buy new phone now, the money that was used to buy this phone that I'm making this video with, would have done a lot of other beautiful, valuable things. Number one, keep your phone secure. Keep it in a secure place. If your phone is in your bag, for we ladies that carry bag, make sure the bag is zipped or open, make sure the bag is zipped or closed, such that the person beside you will not see the bag. And you cannot be carrying a school bag that is at your back and then your phone is there where you will be paying full attention. Keep your phones, and when you know that there are some areas that we know they are danger zones. There are some areas we know that there are places that theft occur recently. I know some places in Lagos are like that, and some places in my city are like that too. For example, we are going on a road that you know there's always theft. I've been in a bus before when I was in Aba, and someone beside me near the window, she was pressing her phone in the bus, and before we knew it, a hand from outside snatched the phone from her hand, ran into the street before the bus could even park for someone to come out and look for who took the phone. The phone was gone. So we should be careful of how we use our phones. Watch your surroundings, watch those around you. If you know that is in a dangerous zone, like is a place where traffic robbery happens constantly, that message can wait, that call can wait. Just avoid using your phones in such places. It's not where somebody will come and use a knife and put here and not tell you to bring out your phone. What you want to do at that time. So it's better to avoid such situations. We do our own part to see that our phones are safe. And then sometimes you go to shops and you're buying something and you're holding your phone on your hand and you place the phone on the counter or something. it happens. People forget their phones and other people pick them. So we have to be conscious of these things. And again, how we put our phones. You can put your phone in your pocket and then you're in a crowded place. Another thing, be careful of crowded places, especially markets. People go for hustle in the market, and their hustle is pickpocketing. That is what they do. They just oh my god. Their hustle is to pick pockets. My dad has lost his phone once. You know these men's clothes that they put pockets here. So he put the phone here and he came to the market. He came to my mom's shop in the market there. And it happened in these thieves, I'm telling you, they are highly trained, they are experts in what they do. Like, they are so good in what they do. So we have to also be so good in guarding our properties from them. Because they do these things in split seconds. Before you know it, just for him to cross to the other side of the road, someone had already lifted the phone. So I told him, your phone should not be in your pocket again. Your phone, because you always go to crowded places. You can even put your phone in your pocket and then you're sitting in the keke and the phone slides down and falls into the keke, and it's not every keke rider that will be kind enough to return your phone to you. You can even enter a taxi and somehow your phone slips out, you drop it there. It's not every person that picks up your phone that will be kind enough to return it to you. So avoid putting our phones in plain sight to avoid unwanted attention. Make things difficult for a thief, so that let not be that the phone left you as easily as it left me. Let it be that before they took the phone from, maybe they showed you, maybe it was at gunpoint. That would not know. Stay vigilant in public places. It is good to enter a public transport, to enter a bus. It's good to put earpiece, so plug in your headphones, your AirPods, blast away music. Also be intentional about your surroundings. Be there. It's good to relax with music. It helps to reduce stress, especially after a long day's work. But wisdom is profitable to direct. Not when something is happening around you, happening in the bus, and you are not here because you are lost, you are unavailable. It's ringing inside your ear. So things like that can be curtailed. Let's be vigilant. The world is getting harder. Nigeria is getting tougher. People are getting tougher. People are getting more heartless. I mean, everybody wants to survive somehow. They don't care about you. So let's be diligent. Let's be vigilant in protecting ourselves. Since that thing happened to me, I don't even sit in front. If I must sit in front, then I must be very awake and alert. And before I sit in front, maybe I've looked for taxi and I'm now running late, and that's the only option. I can't even, the bags I carry now, they're always zipped. So at least before you finish zipping my bag, there's no way that I'll know when I'm not a dummy. We learn, no, we have learned. Then another thing, use passwords or biometric locks. Some people don't lock their phones. I don't know why. I lock my phone. Put the pass locks and the passwords to lock our phones. So I put there for a reason. The manufacturers that put them there, they are not stupid. They know what they are doing. They know that privacy is something that we need. Apart from that privacy, you can even go to work or you give somebody your phone to see pictures. The next thing, the person is on your messages, the person on your WhatsApp. So people get that stupid curiosity. So make things difficult for them. The same way you make things difficult for a thief. When the thief steals your phone and then there's password on it, it will be more difficult for the person to access it easily. I think what they normally do is they go to flash the phone. But if the phone is just like that, there's no password, nothing, it's easy access. If you have a bank app, and if it's all these bank apps that your passwords and your login details just log in once you open it, or here is your case, or less somehow. Anyway, they always know how to manipulate these things and steal from people. That's their handwork, is their life calling. So let's make things difficult for thieves. Then enable find my phone feature. Some of you people that are using big phones and you have all these security things, you will not make use of them. People that are using big phones that the phones has ways to make things difficult for a thief, but we don't make use of it. So maybe you can check. There are some of these features that our phones have, but we don't really know we have them because there are things that we don't really feel that we are going to need. So you can check your phone. If your phone has a find my phone feature or anti-theft feature, most phones that are coming up these days normally have it. We should put that in place. Maybe you say, my phone is not going to get missing, or my phone is not going to lose. Even me, I used to be like that. This is the first time a phone will be stolen from me. I always use phones. I use the phone till maybe I give it out, or maybe it spoils, or maybe I just upgrade to a new phone. This was the first. If someone had told me that my phone would be stolen in that manner, I would have said, I'm very careful with my phone. But it happened. happened, and I did not find it, and it was a loss. So if you have all those kind of features on your phone, find my phone feature, anti-theft feature, just go to the settings of your phone. You could have those kind of things, make use of them, prepare for the rainy day, even though I pray the rainy day would not come for you. And then, hey, you see this one, I thank God beg you, back up your data. This mistake still haunts me. Like I said earlier, I had videos that I had shot with my phone, and I said, I'm going to edit these videos. I had pictures I had edited, and I'm a writer. I had things in that phone. I had a lot of information in that phone. I had started planning my wedding, so I had a lot of contacts. I had made a lot of plans, and when the phone just went missing, it was like, where do I start from? How do I do this? Where do I start from? So as much as you can, back up your data. Thank God for apps like Canva. I was able to retrieve my already designed images. Thank God for Google Doc. Even though I prefer writing on my phone notes in my app, and that one can't be backed up. But now I'm using my Google Doc. At least I won't lose my information so easily. I can always log in and get it. I was able to get back the videos from my Snapchats. I just logged into my Snapchat account, but the videos that I shot with my phone, I didn't get them. So I think that when I shoot and edit, I put it into the laptop because I prefer to edit with my phone. I haven't really figured out this editing with laptop stuff. So yes, back up your data, your contacts. I lost a lot of contacts. You know, when someone just send you contact, you just say save to phone, save to phone. That's how I was saving to phone. I lost a good percentage of my contacts. It was only those saved to my phone number as I had, and I didn't back up my contacts to my Google Drive. Maybe you should consider doing that. Back up your contacts, back up those things that are relevant, that are very important in your phone. Let them have a form of cloud storage that you can always retrieve them if need be. What else? We need to make things difficult for these tips. We don't need to give them easy chance. So if you know any other tips that will help us to keep our phones protected from thieves, let us know in the comment section below. I am here to learn as well. I've shared my experience, and I hope you picked one or two, but I can also pick one or two from you in the comment section below. So I'll be waiting to read your comments. Thank you so much for listening to my story and my experience. And it feels good to be shooting videos again because I was really discouraged. But here we are not giving up, and we keep pushing. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to click on the like button. You can share it and then subscribe.